Alright everybody, so this is my Nano planted jar. I set this up for, I want to say less than $30. It depends on what you have on hand. And yeah, that's going to be your biggest factor on how much it costs. But the jar itself cost me $11.50. And the puck light I use, because it's a little bit higher powered one, cost me $10. And the jar was from Walmart, and the puck light was from a Lowe's. And then everything else was basically stuff that I had on hand. No, if you're not an aquarium hobbyist and kind of a massive fish nerd with just a giant plethora of aquariums and aquarium stuff like me, sorry if that was a bad shot there and just made you dizzy, but you may not have a lot of this. But anyways, I'll kind of go over. For substrate, I just use black sand and crushed lava rock. A piece of driftwood in there. I'm kind of sad to lose that, but I think you know, use it for the best little purpose you have, and you know, be happy that it goes to a good home. Would have really liked to let my plecos chow down on that, but it's also one of my favorite pieces of quartz I have in here. I call that the sad man. So if you can see why, you know what I'm talking about. But and then all this, those are of course the rocks are that's just cheap rocks I buy in bulk. You can go to Lowe's and Home Depot in the garden center, have 10-pound, well, more like a 40-50 pound bag, about $10. But all this is Java fern wendelove, about 5 little plants worth of that in there, and I just harvested those off of some other Java ferns. And then I have, I think, 1, 2, 3, it looks like 3 Anubias nanopetites in there. And then I also have just some kind of, some Java moss kind of, just kind of strung out and placed in there as well. Now, this is a filtered nano jar, if I can get that in shot. What that is just a down tube from a hang-on back filter, a fairly cheap one, just one of the extra ones that came with it. And all I did with that is I also have a Fluval Spec intake filter. Now I got that for about 99 cents, the intake sponge off of eBay, and free shipping included. And in that, I just took that down tube and I drilled a bunch of holes about 1 centimeter down from where the top of that sponge would fit. So anywhere from 1 centimeter down to 1 inch down, or half an inch down because it's such a short space, is what you kind of want to do, and you'll avoid getting, see all the air bubbles that rise out from the sponge itself, you'll avoid those by going down a little bit lower. So I could have gone down a little bit lower, but it works fairly well just the same. You can see most of my air bubbles come out of the top, and through the air rising you create a current to be pulled through the sponge. And through that current being pulled through that sponge, your beneficial bacteria cultures on your sponge and is able to filter the water. And it just got a whole lot darker in here because one of my aquariums turned off, so that kind of gives it a cool effect. But gives you an idea of how much light is actually in here. It's about 300 lumens, 297 I think to be specific, on the puck light I chose. It just took a little bit of hemp rope there. And then hopefully this isn't too bright, but that is the puck light, and it is just siliconed in place. And that'll be placed on a timer with a varying light cycle. It just depends on, this is actually going to be a gift for somebody, but just depends on the maintenance of the tank. Less maintenance, less light. More maintenance means you can have more light due for algae reasons. But I'd like to think that covers all the bases. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I do plan to have a lot of uploads to this channel with stuff like this and other DIY builds for the aquarium. If you're not an aquarist and you're catching this video, thank you for watching. You could also subscribe. It's not always going to be aquarium related. There's going to be some builds such as this one, possibly to get you interested in the hobby. There'll also be a lot of other builds that you could either repurpose or just enjoy watching and learning. So anyways guys, thanks for checking it out. I do appreciate it, and have a good one.